All right, good morning, everybody. The hour is upon us, so we'll go ahead and get started with our critical topic webinar. Thanks for joining us for this webinar, the final webinar as it would take place here about the Highway 14 Reconstruction Project. So my name is Dan Cunningham, Vice President of Government Relations and Education, and also one of our transportation gurus here at Forward Janesville. So we've been very interested in this project since the very beginning and are pleased to put a bow on it today. So today's webinar is sponsored by BMO Harris Bank. BMO Harris Bank has dedicated bankers in the local market who understand your business and offer solutions tailored to your unique needs. BMO has deep roots in the community and a long history of supporting Forward Janesville and other local nonprofits. So thanks to BMO Harris for their support of this webinar series. So with that, let's get into it. So much has happened since the last Highway 14 webinar on August 19th. I can't even imagine the amount of work that's taken place between now and then. So I'm not going to try to explain it. We've got experts on the call who obviously know all of the things that have happened. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Lance Wagner from RH Batterman. I don't know if Mike Jacobs is on today as well from Rock Road Companies, but let's just get a progress and status report and kind of a look ahead to the end of the project. I think we may be seeing a little light at the end of the tunnel, but Lance, please take us through what's been going on.
Oh yeah, like you said, amazing things have taken place over the last 3 weeks. All very positive things. Obviously, when you drive through there, we're back open for through traffic, and every day we work, more things open up. So with that, I don't know if you guys can see my screen at all. Great. So we'll just go right to it and look at things. So 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, this is what the Pontiac Drive intersection looked like. You see all the temporary signals hanging there. And I don't know if anybody driven through lately, but as of yesterday, those are all gone. And the brand new signals. So obviously I'll go back one more time because it's pretty crazy how much was hanging there and has been hanging there all year and through last winter as well. But that's where we're at today. And then you can see with my cursor here, all today was what we're doing is filling in the rest of these pieces of the puzzle at all of these intersections. Obviously, another big thing for the local businesses is the fact that those northbound ramps have been closed for construction. Here, I guess before I get into that, this is obviously the Pontiac Drive intersection, which again every day gets closer to completion as well there. So back to my ramps. These ramps, this was 18 days ago. These ramps were closed. Obviously, it affects local businesses, and we had 21 days to build those to fill this gap here. Build that out, and we're pleased to say they're actually opening tonight, which is 3 days early. So we got it done in 18 days, is what you see now. So as of 10 o'clock tonight, these will reopen, so you'll be able to go southbound to the Chicago area, and then you'll be able to get off in Janesville at the 14 exit again. Again, they're in here today filling in these last few gaps. We got sweeper trucks in here. And we'll continue to work on the signals there, but again, open to traffic, which is going to be a huge deal. So with that, obviously, on Monday now, we're going to jump into the northbound ramps and start that 21-day procedure of reconstructing those, and we hope to obviously beat our schedule on that as well. Again, this is just another shot of that northbound ramp. Or southbound, sorry. So this is where you'd be getting off if you were coming from Madison and wanting to get off to the Olive Garden or Blaine's Farm and Fleet. This would be your new exit point. And this would be as you're heading back to go towards Beloit or Chicago. Again, all this asphalt went in last night, so that's all done. All the restoration is complete as of this morning. This here, again, is another shot of the Pontiac, no, this is actually Deerfield Drive, sorry. Deerfield Drive, which again, the guys are in here today getting all of this concrete finished up. So we're really getting close to the finish line for sure. Again, another shot of what's been happening. That's at Lexington Drive. You can see all these sidewalks I've been talking about And I don't know if it's because of the sidewalks, but the pedestrian traffic out there has just picked up unbelievable. So all this area where you never had pedestrian way to get through this is now all available for that. And again, this here is that bike path that I keep talking about. We started that yesterday. It was pretty exciting. I'll get to some pictures on that later. And one of the other big updates are these turn lanes. So all of the turn lanes to every side street, all the ramps are 3 times the length they used to be. So it's going to improve traffic flow immensely. And that bike path, again, I think this thing is going to get some amazing use once it's complete and in place. So again, this is the one right in front of Blaine's Farmer Fleet that'll connect the existing Ice Age Trail. Now you'll be able to take that all the way through the business district of Janesville by bike or foot, jogging, whatever it is you do. So with that, I'll turn it back to Dan and any questions.
Hey Lance, it's Angela. You were just mentioning the bike trail connection. Do you have an overall where you can kind of show people where that connects in? Does one of your maybe drone pictures, if you go back in your slides,
Yeah,
exactly where that is?
My screen is not looking the way it normally does. So it's normally I can see what I'm looking at. So that bike path right now. So if you know the 26 corridor or the Ice Age Trail, you can go all the way from downtown Janesville. You can go under 14. You can go all the way to that pedestrian overpass. So if you see my cursor here, maybe here we are. So this bike path now will be able to take you all the way down the 14 corridor, and then you'll be able to turn and go north and then connect with that Ice Age Trail that goes all the way through Milton. There's a pedestrian overpass as well. And then if I go back to say, see if I have a good drone of it. But what it does is it connects to the bike path that's right behind where, say, Best Buy is and where the new Buckle is. That bike path is the one that comes under 14, and then it goes on the backside of all those businesses and behind Walmart. There'll be a connection point right there at the Buckle that we're working on now. So just south of Deerfield Drive. I wish I had a good drone for you of that, but I don't right now. But yeah, so you'll be fully connected now. You know, I mean, that bike path is beautiful through the woods there, but now you'll be able to actually cruise into the business district and use their facilities on it.
Maybe leave your site plan up. I think there's a question I see coming in.
Okay.
From Christine.
Lance, I was wondering when you'll be leading the ribbon cutting and dance party on the new segment of highway.
That's a great question. I would lean on my friends at Forward Janesville and you to get that rolling.
I will lead the dance party if they will lead the ribbon cutting.
We got it. We definitely got that. We got the big scissors for it too.
You know, that hasn't been discussed yet, but it's certainly something to be celebrated for sure. And the completion date, so grass growing and trees planted, is November 3rd. So we got about a month here to get that figured out.
Christine, we may have to put something on the events calendar for that.
I think we can navigate a set dance routine for Lance to join in.
Maybe a flash mob?
Yes.
Yeah, my dance talents are about as good as my musical talents. So you just can't set it on October 20th because that will be the RH Batterman open house.
Oh, okay.
October 20th. You want to give us a time on that one?
I do believe we were shooting for the 4 to 7 range.
Okay, I heard it was noon.
The details. Well, it could end up there.
So any other questions for Lance? Sorry, this is Dan. We had an internet outage at our place here, so we're all on our phones now. Love that. So we missed most of the presentation, but we're glad to see the webinar did continue in our absence. So any questions for Lance from the gallery here?
Yep, I see a question that came in, Dan. Lance, there was a question about, can you give us some stats on the number of Chick-fil-A sandwiches that were consumed by the workers out on the site this summer?
Well, I wish I had that stat, and But I do see those in workers' hands every day, so that's a fact.
Okay,
And now that you bring that up, I do have to give Chick-fil-A credit. There was a time when they actually physically bought everybody on the site a lunch.
well, that's fantastic. All right, I see another question. Sarah's got her hand raised.
Yeah, sorry, I'm traveling, so I'm on my phone. And I missed the first 5 minutes. The sidewalk project, when is that gonna be done so the barrels can go away?
Well, we paved in front of Farm and Fleet yesterday, and all of those, the asphalt part of it. So all of the connections, they take time, but again, everything is November 3rd. And as things progress, the drums will all get pulled back as we can go.
So the November 3rd is for the whole bike path and then the landscaping, but as far as when the barrels can go away in front of or on that street, is there a timeline for that, or?
Are you talking about like on Lexington itself?
No, on Humes.
On Humes, yeah, like I say, as soon as like the landscaping will require drums, got to bring in truckloads of dirt.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah, that's why the drums are still up and all that stuff.
Okay.
It'll happen every day. You'll see huge progress. So that asphalt went in yesterday. So
Okay.
it sits through the night. I'll do the concrete ends. And I'm glad you're on the line. I do need to meet with you about your landscaping. That's yours out there.
Okay.
Because there is some, we got to get that water to flow through there. So I do need to meet with you on site whenever you get a chance.
I'll have Andy do that. He's the facilities manager and that's his baby. So yeah, you can connect with Andy and fix some of those piles too.
Yeah, that all, now that asphalt went in yesterday, that'll start happening quickly.
And then the other portion, you started earlier on the northbound lanes, right? Are we still expecting 21 days?
Well, we were able to knock out the southbound in 18. And once you
Cool.
do something once, you'd hope to get it done quicker the second time. So we're crossing our fingers that we can beat our 18 and get less than that.
So same thing as last time, Lance, can you help with the signage? Because that's during Toyland. I know they were concerned about that. So real
Yeah.
good signage.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we said, that northbound closure for you guys actually is even better because you get off right at 26 then and it's a quick. But yeah, we'll move those. The signs that Christine has out, we'll reuse those
Okay.
on the ramps. And then there's a bunch of them out there that I'm gonna work with Christine and start removing the ones that don't need to be out there as well, like the ones back by the Janesville Mall and things like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Sarah, while you're on the phone here, how did the grand reopening go? I saw a lot of activity out there and big crowds. And how did it all go?
We were real pleased with how it went. The interesting part is grand openings a lot of time have like a bell curve, and this one was more like every single day was very consistent. So make up some of the ground we lost in the last year due to the road closure and or our remodels. So really excited that we're presenting a better product to everybody now, as far as redone flooring and the self-checkout and new fitting rooms and all that stuff. So yeah, they're real happy with it, and got some good coverage with the Gazette and some other press about it. So hopefully everyone likes it once they get used to it and continues to shop at our stores.
I'm sure they will. That's good to hear. Thank you, Sarah.
Yep.
So any other questions for Lance or anyone on the call here?
Well, there was another one that I see. It says, Lance, what were the total number of construction workers that needed to buy Farm and Fleet boots at Farm and Fleet during the project?
Well, that is another great question that I don't have an answer for, but I would bet most of these guys are from out of town, so I'd throw at least 20 on there.
That's good. That's good for business. That's a lot of boots and Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Yeah, and I think we had like Carhartt's real cheap, like half off last week. So
Well, if it gets a little colder here in the next few days, you might see a lot more of that coming your way.
I bet they were stocking up.
I guess now that I think about it, I know of one pair of boots for sure because my son actually works out there on the crew, and he did get a new pair of boots from Farmer Fleet during the summer. So
Perfect.
okay,
guaranteed.
I'll tell Jane that because we're in Michigan traveling today. She's just walked inside, so I'll say yeah. Hey, just so you know, Batterman crew is buying boots at our store while they're working too.
Yeah, I look for a kid that looks a little like me, but 30 years younger.
Okay,
Check out his new boots.
awesome.
Awesome.
Well, great. Thank you so much, everybody. Lance, again, the partnerships that we have with Batterman, Rock Road Company, and our other transportation providers have been some of the best partnerships we have at Forward Janesville. And we appreciate what you do so much. It's really strengthened our economy. There's no question about it. I mean, you look back to the 90 project, all the work that's been done, and now this project here. You guys are a truly important partner, not only of Forward Janesville, but of this entire community. And we can't thank you enough for the work that you do, not only to improve these important linkages, but to keep people safe as you're doing it. I continue to be impressed with the staging and how everything is done, and just how minimally disruptive a project of this magnitude can really be. So that would be my wrap up of this. And just thanks to all of you and of course, our friends, Christine Rebound, the CVB, the signage, the businesses for being understanding and tolerating, I guess, is not a great word for it, but just getting through this project. And we're all in this together. And I really do commend you for the work you've done. So thanks so much, Lance, for everything, and partners as well.
Yeah, I do. Thanks for reminding me about Christine's work, because that was by far, I've worked in a lot of big cities with projects like this. That was the best coordinated effort, Christine, and it made a huge difference. Because I live in this town, and the complaints were almost zero. And I believe the signage was a huge part of that.
Agreed.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for your partnership on this. It's been great to communicate and be able to ask questions in an open forum like this and just get everybody on the same page. So appreciate everybody's dedicated efforts here, and Lance for always providing a great presentation and just giving people an opportunity to call and ask questions. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yep. Thanks, Angela, and thanks everybody. Have a great day, and you guys keep working, and we'll work on that ribbon cutting. Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds great.
All right. See y'all. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.